Welcome back to Basement Birds. This is Logan and Reid, and we're
Yeah,
back another week
we're back.
in the middle of summer,
Yep,
and
in the basement.
in the basement. It's nice and cool down here. I don't know, is it hot by you? It's getting a little
Um,
toasty today outside.
yeah, we're in for a little bit of a warm stretch. Let's see what the temperature is. It's 89, feels like 96. And I
Oof.
believe it is supposed to stay a little warm. Let's see, 94 tomorrow, 95, 91, dipping back down to the 80s. Yeah, it'll be a little warm for a little bit.
Yeah, that's a little too hot for Logan. Yesterday it was beautiful. We golfed yesterday morning, and it was like we started, it was like 66, 67, and then by the time we were done it was like mid to high 70s. I was like, this is fantastic.
What time did you
And
guys tee off in the morning?
9:30.
Oh, okay, that's not too
9:30.
bad. Okay.
No.
A couple weeks back, I played in two outings through work, one on Monday, one on
Mm.
Friday, and that was a stretch where the weather was consistently in the 90s, and those were some warm rounds of golf. Like I was
Well,
already sweating, like what felt like through my polo from the walk to the car to like the cart. It was crazy.
that's not good.
Yeah.
But
So you got to stay hydrated. If you're golfing in this weather, stay hydrated. Okay.
well, that kind of leads into what I want to talk about today, because it is. I feel like I have been golfing a lot,
Yeah.
which more than usual for this time of year. Uh, I want to talk about favorite summertime activities, since it is.
Yeah.
I feel
Okay.
like we're in the peak of summer now. We had Fourth of
Yeah.
July last week,
Yeah.
and check this out. Still have all my fingers, so that's
That's good.
good.
As do I. As do I. 10 for 10. Yep.
10
Yep.
out of 10.
Yeah.
I did not light any fireworks off, but actually,
Nor did I.
before we get into activities, though, I did want to tell you that my new thing for fireworks shows is I don't like getting out of the car. I like just driving past the show, like drive past this way and then turn around and
And
then
then
drive
drive
past that
back.
way,
Oh my gosh.
and it avoids the crowds. It's fantastic. But we had on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
We did that. We were doing that. There's some really big fireworks show actually at the where the Live Golf is going to be in Illinois. They do a big show there at the Bolingbrook Golf Club,
Oh, it's at the
Bolingbrook
golf
Country
club.
Club.
It's at the
Yeah.
golf course. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Nice.
But so we were driving by and we're like, we're just like got to some like back roads on the way back, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of how we say unsanctioned fireworks happening
Oh, sure.
at
Yeah.
4th of July. It's about 9, 10 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
and we are just about to turn to like come back towards my house, and we see this guy, and this guy has built a platform board and has no less than 67 tubes of fire, like ready to go fireworks on this board.
Oh
And we're
gosh.
like, well, I guess we kind of have to see where this
You
goes.
have
So
to
we
stay
pull
for
into
that.
the
Absolutely.
we pull into the VFW across the street, and we
Okay.
literally sat and watched this guy's private fireworks show at the base of his driveway for 45 minutes. And it was fantastic. I mean,
Oh my
I don't know
gosh.
how much money this guy spent on
Yeah.
fireworks,
Yeah.
but it was great. I mean, we were
Oh
literally
my
the only
gosh.
people I mean, it was him and his obviously family, and then us just like sitting like across the street. We're like, "Oh, pretty fireworks."
Oh my
And
gosh.
this
That's
guy
incredible.
probably thought we were crazy,
Yeah.
but you know what? It was highly recommend. Highly recommend you find someone who is willing to put on a private show,
Yeah.
and then you sit at the VFW and watch it through the sunroof. I mean, it really felt
Oh my
immersive. I
gosh.
mean, we
That-
could
that's
hear
the reason you get a car with a sunroof on it.
well, right, but you could hear the debris falling onto the car. That's how close we were to the firework exploding. So,
Oh my
um,
gosh. That's incredible.
would highly recommend doing that
That's
for
funny.
the future 4th of July.
You bring that up.
But
My favorite thing on the 4th of July is the people that set off their fireworks before it's dark. Like, what is the point of
No.
shooting off the fireworks at 6 o'clock? You know? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You're burning money. I mean, you're burning money either way. You know, like you are burning money. You're getting the closest you can to literally burning money either way. But why are you setting them off when it's still light out? Like, we had a game that night. Game started at 7, got dark around 8:45 probably, and there are people shooting off fireworks like from like at 6 o'clock, and we're like, what are we doing? You know?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, but it's either too early or like anyone who sets fireworks off after midnight, that they're just
oh yeah, then you're getting too late.
inconsiderate of other
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why? Like, you know that other like. Okay, I get up until midnight. Fine, that's we'll give you
Yeah.
till that. But
That's
like
a solid
after
cutoff.
midnight,
Yeah.
you know, people are trying. I mean, granted, I mean, some people had to work the next day. I was fortunate; I did not. Nicole did. She had to get up at 6 a.m. the next day, and there, you know, there's fireworks going off at 1 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
and it's like,
yeah. Oh man.
why do you got to
Yeah.
do that? You know,
Yeah.
you trying to make some enemies over here or what? I mean, God,
We had an interesting fourth because we had rain.
ooh.
Okay, so the game wraps up probably around 9:20. About
Did you play on the? You guys played on the fourth?
yeah, we played on the fourth. Yeah, played about
Ooh.
a 2 hour, 20-minute, 25-minute-ish game probably, and we had some things to do post game because there was like some like dance school that was there that was performing post game. They do their performance. We always do ball launch on like big days like that, so we were doing ball launch, and
Ball launch? What
We're
is
like-
ball launch?
you can buy a tennis ball. It benefits a local like youth
Oh, like
baseball.
chuck a puck?
Yeah, yes, it's chuck a puck for baseball. Yeah, and you can get prizes and stuff. But there's like
Ball
we have,
launch.
We,
You
we have
couldn't think of a better name than ball launch?
I was
Jeez.
there when I got here, but we have multiple targets, unlike chuck a puck where there's just one.
Right.
So
Okay.
there's a little bit more skill involved. So the rain is going to hit us at like 9:35. So we needed to in like the 15 minutes we needed to get the performance done. Ball launch needed to be done. The ground crew needed to get the field ready or like the field cleaned up post game because they do all their stuff there. And the tarp had to get on the field before the fireworks started.
Oh,
And
gosh.
We somehow luckily made it, but it was an absolute like it was downpouring. You know, it was crazy. Like the players were doing tarp slides, which was hilarious to watch.
Oh,
But
my
like
gosh.
there was just so much water. It was crazy. And like had the game gone like 10 minutes like later, like we don't know what we would have done. Like it ended on a double play, and like had that not happened, like our timing would have been so thrown off, which would have been
Yeah, right.
horrible. But so we got a little
Wow.
lucky there, but it was good.
Well, that's it couldn't have worked out better. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the ultimate 4th of July, right? You got
It is.
hot dogs,
Yeah.
baseball,
Yeah.
fireworks,
Yep.
America.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
What
know
more
what
do you
else,
need?
but I mean, nothing. You
Nothing.
need nothing. You got rain, you got tarp slides,
Maybe
you
a little
got
less
dirt,
rain. You got dirt,
tennis
you got
balls.
grass,
dancing. Yeah.
you got everything.
Yeah, but do you have a lot of time to like do other activities in the summer? Because that's like your busy working season is the summer.
It's busier, but like we have like the off weeks when the team's out of town. Like we're still working then, but we don't have games obviously. So there's time there,
Right.
you know, where it's just back to a normal 9 to 5, and we have rotating off days too, where I like to get off, you know, and go golfing. You know, if able and if the weather you know cooperates as well. So yeah, I have time during the summer, which is good.
When you say rotating days off, what do you mean by that?
Oh, like 1 week you'll like one off week you'll have Monday, then the next one you'll have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on. You just like you don't have the same off day each week. It just like it moves around.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Nothing
That's
too horribly
tough.
fancy.
What if you wanted to get in? Well, what if you wanted to get into like pickleball league? Then if it's every day on the same day, then it's like, well, I guess then
I
if
don't
you
know.
have games too, you
Does
know.
your
I guess.
league happen? Does your pickleball happen during the workday?
No, but it happens
Oh.
at 7 p.m. But still, I mean, you know,
Oh.
sometimes it's nice to just, you know, take an ice bath or something beforehand. Do my 4 hours of stretching before I start. I mean, we gotta really prepare our
There is
bodies
no way
for
you stretch for 4 hours.
peak physical performance, Reid. This
You
is
have
what we're
to
going
prepare
for.
your bodies. Oh God.
Well, you know, with the various lotions and things too.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Oh my God! Have you seen that Conan clip with Jordan Schlansky about preparing his body in various ways?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's what I was referring to.
Okay,
yes.
good. I'm glad. I'm glad we're on the same page there.
But what else? What besides golf? I mean, obviously we both are
Yeah.
really into golf.
Yeah.
For the summer, at least this summer, what else have you been up to outside?
I've been trying to bike as much as possible.
Mm,
You know, I like
mm.
biking.
And
That's like my
even
main
when it's
thing.
hot.
I didn't go today. I did an indoor ride because I also went to the driving range. But yeah, I'll go out when I'm hot. You know, it's just when it's hot, take a little bit more water than normal. You know, maybe do two water bottles instead of one, and then you're good to go. You know, and
But
then I
then
was
you have to
just like,
hold one,
no,
and
they
then you
attach to the
put
bike.
one in the holder.
My bike has two holders on it. Yeah.
Mm. You have an
So
advanced bike.
yeah, the main thing about biking in the warm summer heat is to not push yourself too hard. You know,
Mm.
obviously. So like take an easier route or just like go a little bit slower, you know, and just enjoy the nice weather, you know.
And you ride. I mean, how long would you say you're riding for in when it's
Um,
95 degrees outside?
I mean, a normal ride for me is like 50 minutes to an hour, which I like to do.
And
So I'll do
okay,
that, you know. That gets me with the hills around here like around like 11 to 13ish miles, so you know, so I
so
got a
you're
little loop
moving.
that takes me up like I live on a little bit of a hill, so I can go up the hill, down the hill, around the hill, you know. So
Are you just doing laps around your block, or what's
no,
going on here?
I'm not. I've a little. I've a route that I have comprised that is hard to describe without actually showing you on a map. But it's very nice. It's very adjustable. I can adjust it to certain distances or where I want to go. It's very modular. You know, this route that I have thought of in my area. So that's good. But the nice thing about it is the road that like my apartment complex is off of just recently got repaved with nice fresh
Ooh,
asphalt. Yeah, so it's super smooth. And
oh yeah,
this
I like
whole
the
road
smooth.
this whole road is like a gradual hill. Like it's a very like low grade. Like you could consider it to be like the technical term I think would be like a false flat, which is like a road that feels flat but it's not, you know,
It
like
seems like something you just made up, but
no,
okay.
I've heard it before. Like it appears flat to the eye, but when you're biking or going up in a car, it's actually going up a grade. So it's a very gradual hill, and going straight up, it kind of sucks. But you can weave your way in and out of side subdivisions going up to make it a little bit easier. Okay, you know, it's like if you heard about the principle, like the easiest way to run up a hill is to go in zigzags instead of straight. You know, it's that same principle, just going through side neighborhoods.
That's too much like physics for me, dude.
Well, Well,
I
anyway,
don't know about
back
that.
to the road getting repaved. The best part about it is when you get up to the top of the hill, you can just bomb it down the hill, and that's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Because
yes,
then you get the
yes.
wind. You know, the only disadvantage about the hill is that there are speed bumps on it, which
Oh,
yeah, there's only two that you encounter, which isn't too bad. But it would be a lot more fun if they weren't there. But just so I can't bomb down the hill, but I guess for safety reasons, cars can't either. Which is probably a good
yeah.
thing.
Well, I remember like when I was younger going to the high school parking lot by me, and especially they'd like resurface it in the like I don't even know if it wasn't really paving it, but it was like seal coating it maybe,
Oh,
and
sure.
then it was nice and smooth, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I felt like I was going so fast. I would
Oh,
go up
yeah.
and down, and I'd go
Yeah.
past the parking lot line, so it's like optical illusion. You're passing a lot of vertical lines, so
Yeah.
it looks like you're going really fast,
You're
but
going a
you're
lot
actually just
faster.
not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the funny thing
I'm
when
going
they
really fast as my mom walks by. I was like, how is that? Why are you? How are you moving so fast?
Well, it was funny
What
when
the
they
heck?
repaved this road. Left, I think they started on a night we had a game. So left for work in the morning to the old road. Okay, and I'm coming home in at night when it is dark out because it's like 9:30 or something. Okay, and the turn to get me onto this road, I go down a hill and there's like a turn that's kind of like this, where like I'm coming here and I have to make this sharp left. So like you can't really
Yes.
see like when it's dark out, you can't really see around that corner, you know? Like obviously you can see if there's another
Right.
car coming. But I make the turn onto the road and I just feel like gravel under my tires. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like did someone like cuz there's like a drop off and then like I was on gravel. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, oh, they just like tore up one lane of the road to repave it, and now we're getting a new road. So and then
Wow.
I got to see it the next morning, obviously, where I'm like, oh, okay, now they have somehow worked insanely quick and have paved the side I was on last night and now torn up the other side. So they had to, direct traffic around there. But the whole thing, like, they took out that road and repaved it, like the section I drive on frequently, in like 3 days, which is impressive, to me, because normally road construction obviously takes forever.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like I mean, there's certain projects around here that, I mean, literally, Lagrange Road has probably been under construction for 30 years.
Yeah.
I swear to you, every time I drive down that road, it's under construction, or like there's just certain roads, around in the area here.
Yeah. Well, that reminds me,
that are
my
just
whole
like,
time that I was
gosh,
in college
man.
living in that area, the Weber Road intersection by the highway, by the ice rink, onto that by the frontage
Yep.
road,
Yep.
I
Yep.
have never driven on that road when it has not been under construction. Because
Right. Wait, did you?
like my three well maybe when I came back and visited you, but
Yeah, I was
during
like, I
my
thought
whole
we drove
time
on it.
during my whole time in college, and I think even when I came to visit in high school, that like road was under construction, which was
Sounds
like
about right.
wild. And I think the first time that I got to like ride on it, or like not drive on it, but ride in a vehicle on it, obviously I wasn't driving, was when I was visiting you, and I'm like, oh, look at that, the construction is finally done. It felt like it took forever.
And it did, because that's really funny, because obviously I have been in this area my entire life, so it's like, oh, that was under construction for a while, but like, it's one of those things where it's like a false sense of like, there's some people who had never seen it, any other way. You know what I mean?
Like
Or it's
that
like,
construction version of that road is the only version of that road that I know,
right,
which is
and
weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like when I started in college, and you just knew long-haired Logan, and that was like such a short part
that
of
was
my
the
life.
only
That was
version.
long-haired
But
Logan.
to me, that was the only version
That
of
was
you
the
that I
only
knew.
Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really funny how things
Yeah.
work out like that sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to think about stuff, but like, yeah. So, construction is crazy. More than the story.
especially in the summer.
Yeah.
with
My
all
favorite
those-
thing too is that around here they have a tendency to start major construction projects right as school is about to start.
Oh,
I
classic.
don't know why.
Classic.
Yeah. Like a couple of years back, they were they were doing some work on the one road that runs by the middle school, and they started in like late August into early September. I'm like, school is just starting. Why are we doing this repair now? Did we forget about it over the summer, or did we just not have time that we're just gonna do it now?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just the one last thing I want to say is that like sometimes it's amazing how, like, when there's money involved, how fast something can get done, but otherwise
Yeah.
it's like, let's start 15,000 projects,
Yeah.
and then work on none of them.
And we'll do them all
It's
as
fantastic.
slow as possible.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's like I don't understand that business
Yep.
model, but that's
I don't
why
either.
I'm not in construction. So
Yeah, pretty much. That's why we're here talking about it, not doing it.
yeah. So, but I think we can move on to odd news now, and because I gotta get going to golf here in a couple minutes.
Oh yeah.
Another summertime activity. Three golf rounds in 4 days. That's a lot of golf.
Wow. Look at you. I thought my 2 in a week was a lot.
It really is. It's too much golf. But we got the election coming up, and not that we're going to talk
do.
about the election or our political views, but a recent Oregon primary tie was resolved by a coin flip.
Oh, I
and
saw this somewhere.
I didn't know that that's how you determine a tie. And
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
trying to think about
and-
where I saw this, because it wasn't when I was last looking for odd news, but I don't know. The story sounds familiar.
Yeah. It also turned out that the winner of that coin flip apparently was ineligible. So the eighth
Oh,
district,
that's a slight
the
issue.
8th House district in Eugene, which skews heavily Democratic, had no Republicans on the primary ballot last week. So the race came down to write-in votes. Whoa.
Oh,
The two top candidates among the 103 write-in names were Democratic, blah, blah, blah. Each of them received 7 votes. Interesting.
what?
State law. Wait a second. So they had 103. I mean, I think this is just like a local,
This
the
has-
8th House district in Eugene. So this was Eugene, Oregon. So I assume this is like a local government kind of thing. So maybe there wasn't a whole lot
Yeah.
of voting going on in
I mean, Eugene,
in
from my
Eugene.
understanding, isn't like that small of. Yeah, Eugene, Oregon. They have 177,000 people that live there.
I mean, 103 write-in names were and each of them received 7 votes. State law requires a tie to be broken by lot, which in the past has meant a roll of the dice or a coin flip. Again, some crazy ways to break up a tie on a voting, election.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I see what's going on here. This was the write-in for the Republican candidate.
yes,
Okay, got it. Okay, I missed that detail. That makes sense. If Eugene skews heavily Democratic and there was okay, I gotcha. Okay.
there was no
Yeah,
Republican
okay, I
candidate on the
gotcha. I
ballot.
gotcha. Yep.
But apparently someone called heads. They came up tails. The hiccup. The state's sore loser laws. The sore loser bar law bars Canning from accepting the nomination since he had already lost a Democratic primary. So, the person who won the tie had already lost the Democratic primary, and because she had lost the primary, she was ineligible. This got really complicated really fast.
This is really
But essentially,
confusing.
there's some sort of sore loser law that
Yeah.
doesn't let her be on it. But the moral of the story is
Did it not
that
just go to the
election
other
was
person?
decided by a coin flip. So that's what I just thought was interesting.
Did it not just go to the other person?
Uh, the lesson here is for any political party is field the candidate. I'm sure that had the Republicans fielded a candidate, they would have gotten more than 7 votes.
Oh, the other
I don't-
write-in candidate was the person that won the Democratic nomination.
Yeah, I don't really understand what's
Wait,
going
so
on
why
here.
did they flip in general? Because if she already won the Democratic, can you win both?
But they tied. They each of them received 7 votes.
Yeah, but what if the person that already got the nomination also won the coin flip? Can you be nominated for both parties? So you just run against yourself?
Maybe yes, no, I don't know.
This
I
is
don't
really
live in Oregon,
confusing.
so I don't know. Yeah, if
Oh,
anyone from Oregon
gosh.
is paying attention, is watching,
this
maybe
is
you can
wild.
let us know in the comments. I don't understand your
In case
political
politics
system
weren't
here.
already confusing enough, we have coin flips in
Yeah,
Oregon.
right. Jeez.
Must we say more?
Oh gosh.
Oh, that's wild. Well, mine is
so-
mine is a little bit hopefully less confusing. This is once again a story that brings
That's a
us
great way to start.
to Pennsilvania. Okay.
Oh
to
gosh.
Newtown, Newton. I'm gonna go with Newton, Pennsylvania. It's in Bucks County, kind of near Philadelphia, New Jersey, that side of town, or that side of the state. It's a small town, 2,200 people that live there, and this town has an emu wandering around.
Oh gosh.
There was an emu loose in this town. They put a picture
This
on
is the
social
second
media.
Pennsylvania story in a week in a row
I know.
here. What's going on in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, the story's very short though, because all they say is that the police department is trying to identify it so they can get this emu back to back to its rightful owner. Which actually reminds me, this is really funny. The baseball team, there's a minor league baseball team out there in Reading, which is also near Philly. They have a crazy hot dog vendor that they do, and he rides. I thought he rode an emu. He rides an ostrich, which I feel like are somewhat similar birds. I don't exactly know the difference, but they look close enough to me that this story, being from Eastern PA, reminded me of the crazy hot dog vendor.
I think they're both tall,
Yeah.
rather frumpus birds.
Are ostriches and emus related? Oh, they aren't. That's disappointing. Yeah, they're very like they have like a very giraffe neck, big body, skinny legs, skinny neck. Oh,
Yeah,
aren't
they have the
related?
same body
Huh.
type as me, and it's all right.
Well, anyway, there is an emu loose. I'm really. This doesn't say what the police department did with the emu though. Like,
Well, they probably haven't caught it.
did they just let it? Oh, it's been reunited with its owner. That's great. That's great. Crisis averted. The emu is back, and the comments on this. Oh, this is great. The comments on it are literally just people like asking if it's Limu Emu from the Liberty, from the Liberty Mutual commercials.
Liberty, liberty, liberty. Yeah, I was gonna ask that, but I thought that might have been.
Someone said call Doug.
Doug. Doug.
Oh my gosh. Well,
And
that's
Doug.
good. That's good. The
Yeah.
emu got returned to its owner, and it can live in peace wherever it's
I know you
coming
were
from.
trying
I
to
guess.
keep this a secret. I know you were trying to keep this a secret, Reed.
Oh, gosh.
But I'm gonna go ahead and let your secret out of the bag here. It's okay. I'm glad your emu was reunited with you. I know you keep it in that little door back behind you there.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
it peek its head out with its
Yeah.
beady red eyes.
Yeah.
And it looks at me through the camera, and I can feel its presence. I can feel it.
Well, that's good that
looking
mine
at me.
hasn't gotten out yet. I keep mine pretty well contained in here.
Yeah. So hopefully your landlord's not watching. Anyway, we're hopefully going to get back up on the road with our social media platforms. So you want to
Yeah.
go head over and check those out.
Yeah. That was a
Then Reed's
floppy
gonna tell you about
transition.
those
but
right now.
I thought you were going to say something more. Instagram,
Oh,
TikTok,
God.
and YouTube at Basement Birds will hopefully have clips of this episode.
Hopefully, I think we fixed the issue that we've been
We got
having.
the issue
So
figured out. Yeah.
issue has been resolved. So be sure to head over and check
Yeah.
that out. Especially the TikTok. TikTok's been blown up lately.
TikTok's been popping
not like a
off, yeah.
firework, but just like
Yeah.
bam, bam.
Like a
Bam, bam.
like a well-controlled, properly lit, and used firework.
Yes, it
Yes.
flew up. We like I said, we still have all 10 fingers.
Yep.
And we intend
And
to
so
keep
does
it
the
that way
TikTok.
for the rest of time. Yes, and
Yep.
and then you
Yeah.
can use one finger to like each video at the same time. We have more than 10 videos.
There you go.
But
Can we? Well, one thing I just thought of, but before you go golfing, I'm also golfing tomorrow. Can we get score predictions for both of us that we can update people with?
oh gosh. Well, I know I was 95, 95, 92 were my last three
Okay.
rounds. So
Okay.
we're hoping to be right in that area.
Okay.
The course I'm playing today, I think, is a little more difficult than the course that I played yesterday.
Okay.
So I'd like to be around 95. We'll
There you
call
go.
it 94
Okay.
to be
Okay.
better than 95.
Let me think about what I want to do. The course that I'm playing tomorrow, I haven't played it before, and it's I think the one I normally go to is a par 70, and this is like a full par 72. So I'm gonna go with a. I'll be happy if I shoot sub 100. If I can shoot a 99, I'll be happy. We'll go with that. For never
Yeah.
playing a course before, we'll
And you
set that
can't
bar
be
there.
you can't be cheating. That's one of my biggest pet peeves too. Is when people
sometimes
lie.
the foot
There's
wedge
no need
comes
to lie
out.
about your score.
Sometimes the foot wedge comes out.
Well, not that, but like I don't do. Oh well, I should have made that, so I'm just gonna mark down a.
Oh no, yeah. What
I don't do any of that baloney.
What do
know?
you do? Let's say, like, how strict
boy.
are you with counting
It's a
penalty
PS
strokes?
here. I
Like
mean,
I-
I'll count a lot of times I'll just re-hit from the spot and the next. Like I won't. I'll like if I hit it into if I tee it off and I tee it off and it goes way like out of bounds.
Yeah.
Then I'll tee it off again, but it'll be my second shot.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I know that's a very I follow the golf subreddit some, and that's a very hotly contended thing when people post about like breaking 80 or something, and then people are realizing that they're taking a mulligan on every shot. Which is like
Yeah, I don't-
which is like fine if you want to keep score that way. But.
Right. Yeah. Like I took one mulligan the whole round.
And that's good.
So that's what but I don't. Yeah. People who take mulligans are like, oh, I just got a par. I'm like, you just 4-putted. How did you get a par? Like it's a par 4. So
Well,
you're telling me
I hit 5 balls off the tee, and one of them landed on the green.
But then I still 4-putted,
But
and
then
then
I still
somehow
4-putted
still. Yeah. So.
Who
All right.
knows?
Well, enjoy your round tomorrow.
You
I'll
as
enjoy
well.
my round today.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you all on the next one.
See ya.